Yes, that is me setting up the Spider Farmer 5 by 5 grow tent on the porch of my studio where it barely fits. If I can set it up here, you should be able to set it up in your space. Probably. I put up a poll on the community tab a couple of weeks ago asking which tent size you would like me to start testing grow lights in, and a 5 by 5 tent size got a whopping 32% of the vote, followed by a 4 by 4 with 30%. You have spoken, and I reached out to Spider Farmer to have them send me their largest tent, this 60-inch by 60-inch by 79-inch monster. Thank you to Spider Farmer for sending this tent over. Now let's get it assembled and check it out. The box is as small as it can be, but as it is a 5 by 5 tent, it cannot be any shorter than that, so it is going to weigh a bit once it is delivered to your door. As always, be careful when cutting the tape, but they do have a cardboard piece between the tent fabric and the outside box to make sure that you don't cut it. The fabric itself takes up most of the space, and once that is out of the way, there is a bag with the tent repair patches and a pair of hanging straps. There is an instruction booklet, a bag with the 8 corner pieces, and then the poles. The poles themselves are separated into sections, which makes it super easy to know what goes where. The vertical poles come in 2 pieces and they are all stored together. Assemble them by snapping one of each type together, and those are ready to go. They provide 3 crossbars for the top of the tent, and those are in their own bag, just set them aside for now. The last bag has all of the 5 poles that will make up the floor and ceiling, so you will be using those along with the corner pieces to assemble the skeleton of the tent. When placing the corner pieces, make sure that the black plastic dot is facing down for the floor or up for the ceiling, that way everything will go together correctly. Once the floor is put together, click in the uprights that we assembled earlier. They will stand upright as long as the floor has been clicked together correctly, so you don't need to worry about them falling over. Once those are in, add the last 4 corner pieces to the top of the uprights. Once all of those are up, start connecting them with the remaining 5 long poles until you have a nice tall cube sitting there. Now it is time for the fun part, getting the tent fabric onto the skeleton. Do yourself a favor and don't assemble it in a space that is almost the same size as the tent itself. It will work though, you just have to be careful as you put the fabric on there. First, find the door and unzip it the entire way. This will open it up so that you can actually get the skeleton in there. Getting it started will go a lot faster with a second set of hands, but I was able to make it work. What I did was look for where the top of the tent fabric was and then carefully pulled it up and over the frame. It took a bit of careful work, as you don't want to yank on anything, because if the fabric gets caught on something and you pull super hard, it will rip. It is very well built, but any seam is going to give way if you are pulling on it the wrong direction. Once the top is where it belongs, pull the sides around, and then finally pull the bottom underneath and into position, at which point you can zip the whole thing back up again, and then rotate it into place how you want it. Once it is in place, make sure to get the seal of approval from your cat, then get the ceiling bars installed. 2 will go right up against the ceiling, and then the 3rd will hang down underneath the other 2. Looking inside the tent, you have a total of 6 10-inch drawstring duct ports. There are 2 4-inch drawstring ports for wires, and along the bottom you also have 3 rectangle screened ventilation areas that have Velcro covers installed on them. Finally, there is a small access door in the right and left sides of the tent. The fabric is super heavy duty, and it is super reflective inside. The zipper feels great, and the main door has a 2-inch lip that covers the entire zipper, which is a really great feature that I wish more tents came with. I zipped myself into the tent, and there were no light leaks once everything was cinched down and closed up properly, which was really nice to see. Much like their other tents that we have tried, I have no problems recommending the Spider Farmer 5 by 5 grow tent. I actually like this one even more than the smaller ones that we have tried, and while I am not planning on growing in it right now, I am looking forward to testing out their grow lights in an actual tent to show you just how much of a difference it will make. Those videos will be coming out soon, starting with both the SF7000 and SE7000 lights, so be sure to subscribe and keep a lookout for those videos to go live. Let me know in the comments down below what other light/tent combinations you would like to see tested, and I will focus on getting those out first. If you want to check out this grow gear for yourself, we will leave a link to it on the Spider Farmer website in the description down below, and make sure to use code GEEKS at checkout to get a discount on your order. For those that prefer ordering from Amazon, we will leave an Amazon Associates link to it in the description down below as well. Using the Amazon affiliate links helps out the channel, as we receive a small portion of the sale for sending you their way.